Howdy, gents. Welcome to another episode of the Wolf and Iron podcast here. This is a Truck Talk Thursday episode that you're tuning into, in case you weren't aware of that and you clicked on something and you didn't know what you were getting yourself into. That's what we're doing. I'm in my truck driving along. I'm Mike Yarbrough. I'm the host of the podcast and the driver of this here truck. If you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. This is about how it happens here on a Truck Talk Thursday. As you might have guessed, I'm actually in my truck talking to you guys about whatever thing I have on my mind. And it's usually something related to being a man. Well, it's always related to being a man, but it varies from day to day. I'm actually going to be talking about a bit of entrepreneurial things today, which I know you guys like to hear about. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, I think most guys find these things exciting. They want to know how business works, even if it's not something that you would do yourself. May not step out and do your own thing. But I know a lot of you guys are entrepreneurial minded. You have the entrepreneurial spirit. And so I just want to talk about some things today. But if you're just tuning in, welcome once again. And the Wolf and Iron podcast is all about helping men heed the high call that's on our lives. And a lot of guys hear that and they go, yeah, okay, I like that. The heed the high call. What's the high call? What does that mean? Well, I think that each of us as men, especially in our 20s, definitely in our 30s, we hear something kind of calling to us. Not necessarily hear it audibly, right? Hopefully you guys are getting this as more of a metaphor. But we get this calling on our conscience and in our spirit that says that we're supposed to be more than what the status quo is out there. We're supposed to be more than maybe what our parents were. We're supposed to be more than what we see our peers being. And that more should show up in the places where men's strength is needed. Where your strength is needed, right? That's in your home, especially in your family if you're married. So with your wife, with your kids, it shows up in your health, in your mindset, in your fitness. And these things all have a reason. We're not doing it just to better ourselves. We're doing it so that we can better other people. The greatest honor that a man has is to serve other people with his life. And, a lot of you guys, including myself, we're all on this trek to go and figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing in this age, right? In this world, with our life. And this question becomes very apparent when we finally get loose from college and society a little bit, and from our parents, and from the things that we've known, the things that just sort of been pushed on us over the years. And we finally get a chance to ask the big questions that really we should have been asking all along, or maybe we were and nobody was there to kind of give us any answers. What am I here for? What's this all about? What does this mean? Does life have meaning? Does it have purpose? Is there reason to it? I believe there is. I believe in God. I believe He gives us each a calling on our heart. But there are some things that every man needs to know about. And so we talk about a lot of those things here. So once again, welcome. So today we're going to be talking about big is out and boutique is in. This is a phrase I heard actually this weekend. I was at a conference for entrepreneurs. And this is really encouraging to hear. So some of you guys know, along with Wolf and Iron, I also have, two businesses now. We've got Rustic in Maine. That's our breadwinner. So Wolf and Iron is boutique in a sense because we sell some boutique beard oils. And I know boutique doesn't sound very manly, but just means kind of small, handmade, custom, craftsmanship. Just think about the artisan. Substitute whatever word you want in there. But we've got these amazing beard oils. We also do made in the USA t-shirts that are screen printed here in the U.S., designed in the U.S. And so we try to do a lot of things very local, kind of keep things low batch, small batch. And we're not, maybe one day, right now, we're not even thinking about growing into this massive scaling, brand where t-shirts are being printed all over the world and that kind of stuff. We like it like it is. And we do want to grow in terms of volume, but we like the boutique-ness of it. The artisan kind of aspect of it. Now, Rustic in Maine, we create these amazing wedding rings out of historic woods and other unique materials. That's kind of our tagline. So we've got woods from World War I, World War II, old battleships, rifle stocks, lots of whiskey barrels. I mean, guys, we've got so many whiskey brands in the shop now. It's ridiculous. I mean, probably 15, 16 different ones. And some that are really hard to get, some that are hard to pronounce because they're from like Ireland or Scotland. Anyhow, we got so much stuff going on there. It's awesome. We've got a team of about 23 people. We're always kind of hiring. We've just been growing like crazy. But we make these amazing wedding rings, and it's still a very boutique kind of thing. People order their rings. Most of the time, they just order a design that we already have. But a lot of times, they're asking for customizations. And the experience that they get dealing with us versus dealing with, some, Zales or some kind of big jewelry shop is totally different, completely different. And they know that. And we have our own website. We also do Etsy, but not a lot of business on Etsy. But some people are just crushing it on Etsy. And a lot of it has to do with, not that they're selling something that's so unique that, hasn't been mass produced or hasn't been manufactured somewhere else. They're doing really, really well because they're boutique. They're small. And I'm saying this to you guys, even if you're not, if you haven't launched your own business yet, I'm saying this to you because it is the best place to be. I've been saying this for the last year or so, that there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. Technology has never been better. Access to just starting up is so easy. Getting something started is so easy. Access to the world in terms of being able to put a product out there within 24 hours and start advertising to the world, guys. I mean, America's big enough. You're going to do plenty of business in the U.S. But it is just amazing. And you combine that with this notion, which I think is very true and is proven out, we'll talk about it here in a second, that people are looking to go away from the big box stores and they want the small, they want to put their money and they want to have a relationship with a small business. And so guess what? When you start up, you're small. Oh, I forgot to mention. So I've got this other thing that I'm doing. I said I had 3 businesses now. I do. So Wolf and Iron, Rustic in Maine. And then we've got something that we just started up called the Side Hustle Switch. And some of you guys have seen this. I've sent out some emails on it. I'm trying not to bombard you guys with it. If you're in the Facebook group for Wolf and Iron, you probably will have seen some information about it. But the Side Hustle Switch sounds like a cool new dance move. It's an online course, actually, in a community that helps entrepreneurs make the leap from their career to their calling. So you've got a full-time job now, but you've got this side hustle thing that you're doing, right? This is how I started. This is how pretty much every entrepreneur starts. All these big businesses that you hear about, they were doing something else before their gigantic business was once just a side hustle. So you've got the full-time career and you're locked in doing that. Maybe you went to college for it, but you probably didn't statistically. But you're doing that and it pays the bills and it's secure-ish and you can kind of maybe do it for a couple of years and be okay with it. Or maybe you hate it. Doesn't really matter. But you've got the side hustle. And this is where your passion is. This is the thing that's part of that high call that you feel that you're purposed to, you're destined to do. This is something that you ought to be taking up. And the challenge is going full-time in your side hustle. But when you do, that's what we call the Side Hustle Switch. So that's what that's all about. If you go to sidehustleswitch.com, you can check it out. And we've got some classes that are starting up. So hopefully we've got one starting up soon. So if you guys are listening to this, if you're entrepreneurial minded, you're thinking about taking the leap, you want to know more about how to do that, we've got a free Facebook group for that as well. So a lot of things going on. But the thing is, when you start up, you're small, you're boutique. And what happens is people either have kind of 2 mindsets. It's it's going to be all me. They really haven't shifted to the business owner mindset. They're really in this mindset of still thinking like an employee. I'll give you guys a quick example. I threw out a question to our Side Hustle Switch Facebook group, the free group. We got about 80 members in there. Like I said, it's brand new. We just started up. And I said, what do you need to go full-time in your side hustle? And almost without fail, all of them just about said they needed X amount of money per month to replace their current income. And that's kind of true. I guess technically you could say that's right. But it's a very different response than what you would get from somebody who thinks like a business owner. And so the person who thinks like a business owner thinks, I need to have people in place that can do work for me that will, while I'm selling a product, and so that I can earn money. The business will pay me money based on the work that other people are doing. That's how an entrepreneur thinks. And the technician, the worker kind of mindset, and this is a mindset that I had for so long, it takes a while to get that. We don't think that way. We typically think, I've got to do enough work that generates enough income, and then I'll have money, right? So you've got people that basically shy away from growing a business, and they really just become a solopreneur when their business really needs other people involved and invested in it to grow. So that's one side of it. And on the other piece of that, you've got people that want to go gigantic, and they want to have the big building, and they want to have 1,000 employees, and they want to, and there's a place for that, right? But I think there's fewer of those people, actually. I think most people are usually scared of kind of bringing on employees and kind of moving into that leadership phase and the kind of the boss role. But you've got people that still think they need to become this mega, business in order to do well, and you don't. The thing is that the mom and pop shops are killing it right now. Let me help you understand this. The mom and pop shops are killing it right now. With Rustic in Maine, we sold thousands and thousands of rings. We've done very, very well. We're a 7-figure business. We'll be multiple 7 figures by the end of this year, Lord willing. And so, but we've got 20 some odd employees doing a lot of sales. But there are people out there, guys. I'm telling you, there are people out there on Etsy that are doing, I don't care what it is, cross stitch, leather goods, making custom knives, and they've got it down. And guys, they are doing $500,000, $750,000, $1 million plus a year off of Etsy, and they've got like 5 or 6 people working for them. That's it. They're just killing it. With Rustic, the other thing I was going to say is our marketing team is like, Rustic in Maine. The brand just sounds so cool. There's just so many things you can do with this. We want you guys to introduce, basically like a Chip and Joanna Gaines kind of home goods, and kind of do your own style and just branch out and do all these other things. There may be a place for that one day, but to be honest, guys, the reason that I'm kind of got these multiple businesses, I would rather start multiple small businesses than try to go big right now. I would rather start multiple small, kind of very, very unique, very niche businesses that do well with very little, investment of time and people and energy and that kind of stuff, than to just go big and try to go broad and just try to take up, okay, we've got the wedding segment covered. All right, let's go and get the housing segment, or the furniture segment, the style segment. Let's go. I don't want to do that. I want to stay small, because eventually you get so big that you just lose the boutique aspect of it. And boutique is big not just from the standpoint of customers wanting to go boutique. It's big from the standpoint of, I'm just pulling into work here actually. It's big from the standpoint of the employees as well. We have, several people that work for us that have master's degrees, and they're amazing people. But they got their degrees in a time when they're thinking, I'm going to go work for some company that I've got to have. There's going to be a lot of competition there. They didn't think we were going to be making rings, in life. We've got people that have come from blue collar, white collar. What is it? White collar? Yeah. From basically Cube World, right? Where they're part of some big office, and they've come from that world. They come from that environment. They've come to work with us. And, we're a small company. We don't have a lot of stability. We don't have a 401k. We don't have healthcare plans. We've got but we just have a really cool environment, and we pay well. And it's not something that has like this big promising future. Like you're going to have all these places to grow. There's not like a ladder system that you're going to climb, at least not yet. It probably will be down the road. We always want to try to, bring people up into good places, but we just don't know when those things are going to happen. But people are coming to work with us, and this is happening for small businesses all across America, because people are just sick and tired of cube land, where they go in, they're just a number, they're told what to do, they've got no autonomy, they're not really given true responsibility, they're not allowed to work in their strengths, they're not allowed to bring ideas to the table, they don't know the boss, they don't know the manager, those kinds of things. They don't have that familial relationship aspect of it. And that's something that you can provide if you're starting up a new business. And so that's pretty much it, guys. There is so much opportunity in this space. I want you to, if you had fear, before listening to this, and you're thinking, I want to do an entrepreneurial thing, but I just don't know if I can become the $5 to $10 million business, revenue business. Don't worry about that. You could literally be 2 or 3 people or just yourself and do really, really well, because people are going to get a chance to see an authentic, real human being at on the other side of this business transaction. And guys, you know it. That is a very rare thing these days. And so big is out. Boutique is in. Good time to be a startup. Good time to be a small business owner. A lot of support out there for you guys beyond even just my course. But if you have any questions about it, I'd love to interact with you guys. You can do that over at the Side Hustle Switch Facebook group if you want to. If you want to join over there, that's great. If you go to sidehustleswitch.com, you'll see some signups over there. But you can also just throw these questions out in the Wolf and Iron community if you're already a member there. If you're not, wolfandiron.com/the group, where you can sign up and you become a member. And And listen, guys, I'm not the only entrepreneur out there. I'm not the only business-minded guy out there. We've got some pretty successful guys out there in our groups. And so throw a question out. Don't just leave it in your mind of maybe one day, if only I could, well, maybe when I get laid off and I get that, that package or whatever. No, guys, your life is worth more than that. Time is more valuable than that. And you've got some good ideas. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully it's encouraging. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you next time.